Real quick, let me bust this down. All right, y'all, today we're going to go over Hosea 4:1. Hosea 4:1. I'm going to bring this out real quick. I'm going to show y'all something. Watch this here. Say, hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel. So, right off the flap, he not talking to everybody. A lot of times when they reading y'all scriptures, they won't read y'all the first verse of that chapter. Because a lot of times that first verse is going to tell you who that whole chapter is talking to and who is talking. Watch this. Let's read that again. Hosea 4:1. It says, hear the word of the Lord. The Lord is speaking. Now let's see who he's speaking to. It say, hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel. Right off the muscle. He ain't talking to everybody. Hear this word of the Lord, ye children of Israel. For the Lord have controversy with the inhabitants of the land. When it said have controversy with the inhabitants of the land, God have a beef with the people that's walking around on the land, or the Israelites that's walking around on the land. He got a problem with them. Let's see why. Because there's no truth, no mercy, or no knowledge of God in the land. Now I want to break that down. This is why God have a beef with the Israelites that's walking around in today's time. It ain't no truth in this land. Well, how it ain't no truth when every rapper or everybody reposting people videos of Kevin Gates saying something that they think is real, or TD Jakes saying something that they think is real, but it said ain't no truth in the land. They favorite rapper, his word is law. When this man speak, it's law. But the Bible say it ain't no truth in the land. You know how you know it ain't no truth in the land? Look at the world. Ain't nobody know that they was an Israelite before we came. He says no mercy. It's no mercy in the land. Everybody a savage. Everybody a savage. Everybody finna gun down they op or slide on they op. Everybody a savage. Everybody on demon time. It ain't no mercy in the land. Our people don't care nothing about their people. They don't care. They do not care, fam. If they can make some money by rubbing you out, they'll do it, fam. They'll do it. Ain't no mercy in this land. Don't nobody care about you. If they ain't Israel, he can't love you, bro. A man can't love you if he don't know he Israel. There's no way possible. There's no mercy in the land. He can say what he want. Let some money be on the line and you gonna see. The next one he said, there was no knowledge of God in the land. How is a church on every corner and there's no knowledge of God in the land? How is that? Explain that. You know how you know it ain't no knowledge of God in the land? Nobody knew they was an Israelite. Nobody know the real Sabbath. If you ain't from one of them camps, or if you ain't an Israelite that's on social media talking Israel talk, if you somebody in the world, you don't know the real Sabbath. You don't know none of the holy days. Ain't no knowledge of God in the land. Yesterday was Day of Atonement. You talking about Columbus Day. You talking about Columbus Day. Ain't no knowledge of God in the land. Our people don't know they supposed to walk outside with fringes. That's sinning when you ain't doing that. They don't know that they supposed to have a beard on their face. They don't know that walking around without a beard is a sin. You're supposed to be a spitting image of Christ. You got people who teaching who going to get haircuts, fades. They fading their hair. Man, how many Bible stories have you ever seen? Even if it's the white Jesus and Jesus came with a fade. You think when you see Christ, he gonna have a fade? You supposed to be a spitting image of him. You think he gonna have a fade and a suit on? He says no knowledge of God in the land. That's why he mad at you. There's no truth. There's no mercy. No knowledge of God in the land. Watch this here. I'm going to show you how you know. Watch this. Let's keep going. I'm going to show you what's going on in the land. He says swearing, lying, and killing, stealing, and committing adultery. He say they break out and blood touches blood. When he say blood touches blood, he's talking about Israelite on Israelite violence, or what you would say black on black violence, or Hispanic on Hispanic violence, or black on Hispanic violence, or Hispanic on black violence, etc., etc. That's what's going on in today's time, fam. You can't deny that. There's no mercy, no truth, or no knowledge of God in the land. This is why he's upset with our people. Let's go down a little bit more to like 6. Watch this. Watch this here at 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. When he say my people, he not talking about everybody. His people is Israel. He told you that in the beginning of Hosea 4:1, who he was mad at. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. They think the Bible for everybody. They destroyed, man. They believe in the Holy Trinity. When Christ got on the cross and said, Father, He talking to his Father. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. Christ is the begotten Son of God. How in the world is that the same people? That is the Council of Nicaea. That's paganism, fam. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge. When you bring this Bible to them and you bring that truth to them, they're going to reject what they saying or reject what you saying. That's how you going to know that Israelite or that Israelite you're talking to is not a child of God. That's why I say all people that's Israel is not Israel. Translation, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. All skin folk ain't kinfolk, fam. That's exactly what that means. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. They don't want to hear this. They don't want to hear this, but because you don't want to hear this, God say, I will also reject thee. When you going through a tribulation, who you talking to? If you talking to God, he ain't listening to you, fam. You rejecting his knowledge. You supposed to love this book like you love money. You can't say you love God if you don't love the words that he had written or he wrote. You can't say that. The first 5 books was written with the finger of God. You don't follow none of them laws. You ain't wearing no fringes. You ain't got no beard on. God gave that to Moses himself. That's like if God gave you, whoever you are, God himself gave you the law and told you, hey, tell everybody else, and they not listening. God gave it to you, not your favorite rapper, God. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Don't put nobody before me. That's one thing you did learn when you was coming up. God is a jealous God. So he don't want white Jesus in front of him. I'm sorry, Sunday doctrine. That's white Jesus. That's white Jesus. Because everybody on Sunday don't want to acknowledge the fact that Jesus Christ is black. Color don't matter to them. So if you believe that, that means you are putting your priest, whoever taught you that, you putting them before the God of this book. The God of this book. He say, don't put no priest before me, or put nobody before me. That's one thing you learn. God is a jealous God. He is. He don't want you putting Lil Durk before him. He don't want you putting Jay-Z before him. He don't want you putting NBA Youngboy before him. His word is law. He don't want you putting, who else they like, Beyonce before him. You a part of the Beehive. You all at the Renaissance. Nah, fam. He say, don't put no priest before me. Don't put nobody before me. Nobody. I don't care who it is. Your child, your mama, your daddy, whoever you love the most, your baby daddy, whoever you in love with, your husband. He say, don't put nobody before me, fam. Nobody. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing that thou hast forgotten the law. The law is his book. You forgot the law. Seeing thou hast forgot the law, I will also forget thy children. You are God's children. You are God's chosen children. He forgot you when you see police brutality, because you forsaken the law. You forsaken the law. A lot of people ain't gonna like this, bro. But God say, do not steal. If you out there stealing from the white man and somebody run down and kill you, you was not supposed to do that, fam. Not a whole city in the uproar because the policeman done killed you unjustly. He didn't have to kill you, but you was not supposed to be stealing neither. Nobody want to talk about that part. They want to skip that part. God say, do not steal. It is a consequence for stealing. So when you have to deal with the consequence, you cannot be mad at nobody but yourself. You have forsaken the law. That's what it says, no knowledge of God in the land. You have forsaken the law. So he's going to forsake you. He's going to forsake you. He's going to turn his back on you, fam. You cannot go to God once you get into a situation. He don't want to hear that. He going to make you stand on that G shit you was on. Watch this. Let me go to Malachi 2:7. Remember, he said he had a problem with the Israelites that was in the land because there was no mercy, no truth, or knowledge of God. How is no knowledge of God when it's a church on every block? That was my question. Let me show you how. 7. For the priest's lips should keep knowledge. His lips supposed to keep knowledge. You know what he do? He reads you a half a scripture, and the rest of the service is a 2-hour service of him talking out his mouth. He ain't even went back to the Bible no more. That's what they do, fam. That's why you don't know you're an Israelite. That's why you don't know nothing about fringes. That's why you don't know nothing about the dietary law. You talking about you can eat whatever you want to eat. Somebody to read this scripture, to bring this scripture out, talking about it ain't about what go in your mouth, it's about what come out your mouth. He talking about bad language. He's saying that it's not okay to speak bad language, but it's okay to eat pork. That's what they saying. That's what he told you. Christ worked on the Sabbath. Look, did you see he went and did this? No, he did righteous work on the Sabbath, fam. If Christ seen you in trouble on the Sabbath and you was about to die, he didn't say, well, it's Sabbath, I'm not going to save your life. No, he didn't do that. That's righteous work, bro. He talking about willful work. The pastor is skipping that. He'll show you Jesus worked on the Sabbath, say it's okay. And you so ignorant, you unlearned and unstudied, so you don't know what the hell is going on. Malachi 2:7. For the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they should seek the law at his mouth. The law is his Bible. He didn't say, read 2 lines out of a scripture and then go on for 2 hours talking about a dog and a hat and a cat and a tree and all that other type of stuff. That what y'all doing? Nah, fam. You supposed to stay in this book. We read it precept upon precept, line upon line. That's how we read it, fam. That's why when we bring out scriptures, you never heard those before. Dang, that's in the Bible? You been going to church for 40 years. Disgusting, my name. For the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they that seek the law of his mouth, for he is the messenger of the Lord of hosts. When I break this Bible down or while I read this Bible, I sit it out. I'm a messenger. I'm a vessel for the people who don't got the correct understanding. It's a reason why when you break down scripture, everybody want to go on about their business. They don't want to hear that because they never was taught that. They love T.D. Jakes. They'll listen to him all day. He's a motivational speaker. He making you feel all warm and fuzzy. But if I ask you to try for Jesus Christ, you've been listening to him for 40 years. You don't know that. The priest lives supposed to keep knowledge. You're supposed to know you from Israel. You're supposed to know who the real enemy of God is in today's time. That's another thing. When you get to talking about the real enemy of God, they get upset. They get upset, bro. I'm talking about they mad when you talk about that white man, fam. They love him. These are real live Oreos we dealing with in today's time. You an Oreo as a black man. You just got black skin on the outside, but you white on the inside. You white on the inside, bro. You can't stand when we talk about the white man, but guess what? Who cares? Who cares, bro? God say he gonna fry him. There's nothing you can do about it. God say your disbelief don't mean nothing. That don't mean that nothing is gonna happen. He say with none effect. Your disbelief don't have no effect on what God said. Half of Instagram can believe the Bible is fake. Who cares? God say that ain't gonna have no effect on what's gonna happen or what I said was gonna happen. You not believing in the Bible don't mean that the Euphrates River was not gonna dry up. Did you see that happen? You not believing in the Bible don't mean that you not cursed today. Don't you see black people going through police brutality? Who else name was stolen from them? Who else went through the transatlantic slave trade? Who else history was stolen? The Arab man? No. The Jewish man, he didn't steal his history. He ain't walking around talking about Ishmael. The Jewish man didn't steal the history of the Chinese dude. He ain't walking around talking about Buddha. The Jewish man, he ain't steal the history of the African man. He ain't walking around with no unk talking about he Egyptian, he from Kemet, he the Asiatic black man. He not doing none of that. He stole your history. You at the bottom of society, and he stole your history. There's no knowledge of God in the land. This is why God is mad at us. Because we drunk the whole cup of his fury by not following his commandments. Shalom.